Hello children. Today we will see next video in electromagnetism, that is AC dynamo. AC dynamo. This is video number 7. What is the use of dynamo? Before going to this see this video AC dynamo, you need to understand video number 6, that is electric motor. Almost the construction of electric motor and AC dynamo, and next video also DC dynamo, these three are similar. Why? Because construction is almost similar, only a small variation, where electric motor, if you switch on, fan rotates. Here what will happen? Just reverse mode. If you rotate the motor, if you rotate the armature, current comes. In dynamo, generally we will see out of the shops, in big industries, shopping malls, whenever the current goes, immediately what security will do? Security will rotate the armature, immediately we get electricity in the mall. Here, what is AC dynamo? Before going to see dynamo, we need to understand what is alternating current, what is direct current. Already I did this video, once again I am repeating. Alternating current was invented by, first DC current came, then after alternating current came. DC current was invented by Thomas Alva Edison. Who is that? Thomas Alva Edison. Thomas Alva Edison invented DC current, whereas AC current was invented by Nikola Tesla. Very famous scientist, Nikola Tesla. Tesla is the unit of magnetic flux density, that we know. Thomas Alva Edison, who invented bulb? He only invented DC, direct current. Nikola Tesla was invented alternating current. What is direct current? How can you identify direct current? Very simple. If you connect the two terminals, galvanometer deflects 0 to 1 ampere, 0 to 1 ampere, 0 to 1 ampere. Only in clockwise deflection takes place. Whereas alternating current, it deflects on either side, +1 to -1. So both alternate. It is called sinusoid current. Clockwise and anti-clockwise. It is a periodic current also. AC current also called periodic current. First 1 second if it goes to clockwise, next second it comes to anti-clockwise. That means current goes in clockwise direction as well as current comes in reverse mode. But here current goes only in one direction, but it will not come out. That means if the two terminals of the coil connected to the battery, what will happen? Current goes from higher potential and leaves from negative terminal. Current goes in only one direction. But here it will not take like that. If you connect to the DC alternating current, first time current goes like this, in next second current comes like this. That means current will be in reverse mode. First second if it goes clockwise direction, next second it comes in reverse direction. This is what alternating current, DC current. It is very effective current, very powerful current, alternate current. Its effectiveness is very less. It is less powerful, it is very effective. We can increase or decrease the magnitude. Suppose 2 volt can be converted into 10 volt here. 10 volt can be converted into 20 volt here. But here let us consider 9 volt battery cannot alter. 9 volt battery constantly provides 9 volt potential difference only. Magnitude cannot vary. Here magnitude you can increase or decrease. Example, in our household consumption 240 volt potential difference is supplied. This 240 volt potential difference, if you put on phone charger, it converts into 3 volt. Suppose if you switch on AC, it converts into 400 volt or something. That means you can increase or decrease the voltage. It depends on the object utilized. That means voltage can be vary in voltage can be vary in AC, whereas DC it will not possible. This happens in AC. Alternate current magnitude can be increase or decrease, whereas DC car battery 9 volts you cannot increase or decrease. Consistently it provides 9 volt only. Torchlight cell, torchlight, Nippo battery, everyday battery, let us consider it provides 3 volt. Continuously it provides 3 volt only. You cannot increase or decrease. That is the advantage of AC. So AC is very powerful. Nikola Tesla invented alternating current, whereas Thomas Alva Edison invented a direct current. Now we will say AC dynamo. Sir, why only AC dynamo? Why not DC dynamo? DC dynamo also we will see, but more useful, more powerful dynamo is alternating current dynamo. AC dynamo full form is alternating current dynamo. This dynamo provides alternating current. Say aim. Same phenomena like electric motor. In electric motor, what we did, if you switch on, motor rotates. Here reverse. To convert mechanical energy into, complete sentence I will write, to convert mechanical energy into electrical energy. This is what aim of AC dynamo, to convert mechanical energy into electric energy. Mechanical energy we are providing. Manually you are rotating the armature, it converts into electrical energy. That means it is providing electric energy. Just reverse. Principle also reverse. Electric motor works on Fleming left hand rule. This works on Fleming right hands rule. Fleming right hands rule. Now material required. What are the material required? Same. Material required is same. Number one, armature. This is what armature. One rough diagram I am drawing. Armature. Number two, shaft. Shaft is a metal rod placed on the armature. Number three, horseshoe magnet. Horseshoe shape. Horseshoe magnet. Horseshoe magnet also called concave magnet. These are horseshoe magnets or concave magnets. Now next, here in electric motor we use commutators. Here also we use commutators. Commutators here you can call it as half metal rings also. Commutators. Next, these are commutators. Next, carbon brushes. These two are called carbon brushes, B1 and B2. This is C1 and C2. Next, sixth one, slip rings. This is for direct current, this is what alternating current. These two we will say slip rings. Last one, load resistor, high resistance, load resistor. These are the material required. Here I wrote both the material for both AC and DC. For AC we use carbon brushes. Instead of carbon brushes you can use slip rings. Now see once again, what is the aim of AC dynamo? To convert mechanical energy into electrical energy. This is the to convert mechanical energy into electrical energy. Number two, principle, Fleming right hands rule. Material required, armature, shaft, horseshoe magnet, commutators, carbon brushes, slip rings and load resistor. These are the material required for the construction of AC dynamo. Now we will see construction. Before going to construction, copy it, pause and copy it. Completed? Write notes on your own. First of all, listen carefully, then after write notes on your own, then it will be easy for you. Construction is very simple if you know electric motor. How to construct AC dynamo? See children, this is what rectangular soft iron plate. So already I told you soft iron is used to make electromagnets. Hard iron is used for permanent magnets. This is a soft iron. A, B, C, D are the terminals. A, B, C, D is terminals of armature. Take a rectangular soft iron plate. Wind 24 gauge copper insulated wire many turns is called armature. Here ABCD is armature. This armature is mounted on a metal rod is called shaft. This is called shaft, SH. This armature and shaft is fixed between two horseshoe magnetic poles. These are horseshoe magnet. This is a single horseshoe magnet. Every magnet consists of two poles. Let us consider this is north pole and this is south pole. The two ends of the armature, observe carefully children, these are called slip rings. This is first slip ring, This is second slip ring. Here this is very important construction. Is it visible in video? I will check it out once. Right, okay, no problem. This is a slip ring 1, this is slip ring 2. These two slip rings are connected to two carbon brushes. This is B1, this is carbon brush B2. These two carbon brushes are connected to a load resistor. Load resistor is nothing but bulb. Then what will happen? This is what construction. I did not do anything. In place of battery, here in electric motor we connected battery. That means battery is rotating. Electrical energy converts into mechanical energy. Here we are going to rotate the armature. Armature I am going to rotate. If you rotate the armature, now the bulb glows. Mechanical energy converts into electrical energy. If you rotate the armature, if you rotate this, bulb glows. Bulb gives lighting. Here there is no battery. Battery is not there. Chemical energy is not there. External potential difference is not there. Still, what is happening? If you rotate the armature, that means mechanical energy is converting into electrical energy. That is our aim. Once again, see construction. To the rectangular soft iron plate, wind copper insulated wire many turns is called armature. In this diagram, ABCD is armature. Once again, I am repeating. To the rectangular soft iron plate, wind 24 gauge copper insulated wire many turns is called armature. In this diagram, ABCD is armature. Next point. This armature is mounted on a metal rod is called shaft. This is called shaft. This armature and shaft is fixed between two horseshoe magnetic poles. These are concave magnetic poles or horseshoe magnetic poles. Now, the two ends of the armature connected to two slip rings. These are slip rings. What is the purpose of slip rings? These two slip rings provide alternating current. These two slip rings are connected to two carbon brushes. These two carbon brushes are connected to a load resistor. This is L, load resistor. This is construction. Any doubt, children? Once again, from starting, aim. In shortcut, I will write aim to convert mechanical energy into electric energy. Principle. This works on Fleming right hands rule. That is electric motor, Fleming left hand. This is Fleming right hand rule. Material required. To the rectangular soft iron plate, wind 24 gauge copper insulated wire many turns is called armature. In this diagram, ABCD is armature. This armature is mounted on a metal rod is called shaft. This is called shaft. This armature and shaft is fixed between two horseshoe magnetic poles, north pole and south pole. The two ends of the armature connected to two slip rings. Slip rings provide alternating current. One time current goes from S1, first slip ring. Second alteration, first 180 degrees current goes from S1. Next 180 degrees current goes from S2. Even S1 is in contact with B1. So current goes from S1. Second or half rotation, current goes from S2. So for every 180 degrees rotation, current direction alters. So first time current is going from S1, second direction current is going from S2. So it is called alternating current, that we will see in working. The two ends of the carbon brushes are connected to load resistor bulb. This is what construction. Understand, children? Just copy the diagram. I will tell you working. Right, okay? Completed? Right, next. Working we will see. How this AC dynamo works. Working. See, children, rotate the armature. If you rotate the armature, what will happen? Whenever you rotate the armature, magnetic flux is linked in the coil. We know that uniform magnetic field is produced in between horseshoe magnet. Horseshoe magnet north to south, uniform magnetic field is produced. This is what uniform magnetic field provided by the horseshoe magnet. This is uniform magnetic field provided by the horseshoe magnet from north to south. North to south, uniform magnetic field is provided. Plus, whenever you rotate the armature, Fleming right hand rule, try to understand, very important. Stretch your right hand thumb finger. This is my right hand thumb finger. This is index finger. This is middle finger. Stretch your thumb finger, forefinger and middle finger are perpendicular to each other. FBI. Remember, FBI or MBI. M means nothing but motion of armature. If you rotate the armature in this direction, This is what uniform magnetic field north to south. Then this induces current. This says the direction of induced current. Observe carefully. I am rotating in this direction. AB is going down. AB is going down. AB going down. This indicates uniform magnetic field from north to south. Then what is the direction of current? Observe carefully. Now MBI. M should be downwards. AB I am rotating downwards. Shaft I am rotating in anti-clockwise direction. Shaft I am rotating downwards. That means like this. Shaft is rotating down. AB is going down. This is uniform magnetic field. Where will be the my middle finger? What is the direction of middle finger? Middle finger is towards my face. This is the direction. That means current is coming in this direction. Whenever current comes in this direction, current goes like this and current leaves from this direction. Here what is the direction? Let us consider CD is going up. CD is going up. This is what uniform magnetic field. Then observe carefully. This is north to south uniform magnetic field. CD is going up. So current will be inverse. Current is going in this direction and leaving in this direction. Next half rotation, what will happen? Whenever it comes like this, DC comes to this side, DC, and AB comes to this side. At that time, what will happen? This S2 will be in contact with this S2 will be in contact with this one, and this will not be in contact. At that time, what will happen? Current goes. Now, what will happen? This comes this side, and this armature comes this side. So that armature current leaves here and current enters here. Like this, continuously armature rotates. Current direction also alters. Imagine one simple thing here. Let us consider this is what uniform magnetic field north to south. Initially armature is in vertical position. All magnetic lines are going like this. It is not moving. It is static condition. At that time induced current is 0. Very important. Initially armature AB is upwards, CD is downwards. Magnetic lines are going like this, but it is not moving. Whenever it moves from 0 to 90 degrees, it breaks so many magnetic lines. All magnetic lines, rate of change in magnetic flux is more. More number of magnetic lines are breaking. So that induced EMF will be maximum 0 to 90 degrees. Let us consider initially armature is in vertical mode like this. Initially armature is in vertical mode. In vertical mode I is equal to 0. Flow of current is 0. When it moves 0 to 90 degrees, what will happen? When it moves from 0 to 90, it breaks so many magnetic lines. That means rate of change in magnetic flux d phi by dt is more. Whenever d phi by dt is more, as per Faraday's law, EMF is more. So more current induces. See this graph. Very important graph. See here. Here 0 to, this is what 0, 90, 180, 270, 360. 0 to 90, at 0, vertical position. 0 means vertical position. Armature is in vertical mode. Armature is like this. Armature is in vertical mode, no current induces. Armature is in vertical position, induced EMF is 0. When it moves from 0 to 90 degrees, induced EMF is maximum. Here induced EMF is maximum. This is what EMF. EMF induced is maximum. Whenever it comes 0 to 90, induced EMF is maximum. 0 to 90 again minimum. Why? Because there is no change in magnetic flux. Rate of change in magnetic flux is 0. So 0 to 90 minimum. That means it is in contact with S1. Again what will happen? See this diagram. One rough diagram. Now first half rotation is completed. Next half rotation, what will happen? It is completely altered. AB comes this side, CD comes to this side. Then what will happen? This terminal comes in contact with this carbon pressure. This will not be in contact with B1. So automatically current direction alters. Now current direction will be B1 inside B1 and leaves from B2. So that means current will be in reverse mode. This is what? Minus 90. This is maximum induced EMF. Again it will be reversed. Like this, this is what alternating current. For clockwise deflection, For first half rotation, current will be maximum, and next half rotation, current will be minimum to maximum. This is clockwise maximum, clockwise minimum, anti-clockwise maximum, anti-clockwise minimum. This is what alternating current. Very important, children. Once again we will see. See, this is what armature. The armature two terminals we connected to slip rings. This is first slip ring, this is second slip ring. If you rotate the armature, what is happening? Current is going like this. If you rotate the armature one time, current is going from, this is what galvanometer. These are horseshoe magnet. North pole, south pole. North to south, uniform magnetic field is produced. This is what uniform magnetic field. Whenever you rotate the armature, according to Fleming right hand rule, if you rotate the armature, and this is what uniform magnetic field, if armature goes down, current will be inwards. If armature goes up, current will be outwards. This direction should not change. Always horseshoe magnet north to south only. If armature goes up, current will be inwards towards my face. If same direction, say this is not changing. If arm goes down, CD goes down, current will be outwards. Arm goes up, current will be inwards. If arm goes down, current will be outwards. See here, let us consider this is armature. This armature, here arm is going down. This is what horseshoe magnet north to south. Current will be outwards. In this direction, current leaves. Here what will happen? Here arm is upwards. This thumb upwards. This is magnetic field. So this is what inwards. Current will be inwards. Here current will be outwards. Try to understand. Here this is what arm 1, this is what arm 2. This arm is going down. In my thumb direction it is going down. This is what uniform magnetic field from horseshoe north to south. Current will be outwards, away from my face. Here what will happen? Arm is going up. Magnetic field is north to south. Current will be towards, inwards. That means current direction is altering. So whenever it moves 0 to 180 degrees, now whenever it rotates 180 degrees, 0 to 180 degrees, what will happen? Now these slip rings also alters. This slip ring comes here, this slip ring will be comes here. That means S2 will be in contact with B2, this will be in contact with B2, this will not be in contact. Like this it comes. So current direction also alters, no? So every half rotation current direction is altering. That means 0 to 90 maximum, 90 to 180 minimum, 180 to 270 maximum, again 270 to 360 minimum. This is what continuously alter the direction. This we can identify easily with a galvanometer. If you connect a galvanometer like this, instead of bulb, if you connect a galvanometer, for clockwise deflection 0 to 90 degrees, current goes to, let us consider 1 ampere. Again 90 to 180 degrees, again minimum. 180 to 270 degrees, again in reverse mode, minus 1 ampere. Again 270 to 360, again maximum. That means 0 to maximum, 0 to 90 maximum, 90 to 180 minimum, 180 to 270 minimum maximum. Here this is here minimum but maximum. Inducer current is maximum but in reverse direction. Again maximum. This is what alternating current. Understand, children? Very important. There is a small alteration in DC dynamo. Just we will check it out. See, in DC dynamo what will happen? DC dynamo. Just we will compare. Here same galvanometer I am taking. This is what galvanometer indicator. Here if you connect galvanometer, only the deflection will be like this: 0 to maximum, 0 degrees to maximum, maximum to 0, 0 to maximum. Only one direction. It will not be in reverse. What will be the what is the direction of graph? We will see. See here, this is what induced EMF. This is what rotation. Whenever it is in vertical mode, induced EMF is 0. 0 to 90 degrees, what will happen? Maximum. 0 to 90 degrees maximum. 90 to 180 degrees, what will happen? Minimum. Again 270 degrees, 180 to 270 maximum, but in clockwise direction. again 270 to 360 minimum. Like this, only in clockwise direction it happens. That means we have to do small alteration here. Instead of slip rings, we have to use commutators here. Only one direction the current should come. This is what commutator 1. This is what commutator 2. These two commutators are connected to carbon brushes. This carbon brush is connected to a bulb. So this is C1, C2. This is what B1, B2. Bulb glows. This is what alternating current. All the time current is going in this direction, leaves from this direction. Example, let us consider current is, this is what uniform magnet. Here also right hand thumb rule only. Right hand thumb rule. This is what magnetic field direction. Let us consider this arm is upwards. This arm is upwards. Current is entering in this direction and leaving from this direction. This continuously, there is no change in commutators. Current always goes from this direction AB and leaves from CD. So it is what direct current. Continuously current is going from left arm, coming from right arm. So 0 to 90 maximum, 90 to 180 minimum. Let us consider initially armature is in vertical mode. No current induces. At that time induced current is 0. 0 to 90 change in magnetic flux. More number of magnetic lines are chasing. So 0 to 90 induced EMF is maximum. Induced EMF is minimum, 90 to 180 minimum, minimum to maximum, maximum to minimum, but only in one direction, left to right, in this arm going, in this arm leaving. So in only one direction it is going and leaving in the same direction. So this is what alternating current, this is what direct current. Very, very important. Direct current dynamo we used to connect in series bulbs. So alternating current dynamo is very, very useful. Generally we see in all big shopping malls, cinema theaters, offices, schools, colleges, we use a DC dynamo. DC dynamo is very powerful dynamo. It provides DC current. Why? Because DC current is more powerful than alternating current. Who invented DC current? Thomas Alva Edison. Who invented AC current? Nikola Tesla. But dynamo was invented by modern father of physics, who is that? Michael Faraday. Very, very important. Revise once. Any doubts, write in comment section. All the best. God bless you.